For 5 days, jurors heard how the state's child protection system had repeatedly failed Gizzell Ford, an 8-year-old girl found strangled, starved, and brutally beaten inside her grandmother's West Side apartment. They were blown away by crime scene photos and injury details, one juror said, so horrific the judge stopped opening statements in the Daly Center civil case last week after a juror began sobbing uncontrollably. On Wednesday, they decided to send a strong message. After deliberating about 2 hours, jurors awarded $48 million to the girl's family, finding that respected Chicago child abuse pediatrician Drive Norel Rosado had been medically negligent in his treatment of Gizzell just weeks before her 2013 murder. Rosado was part of a multidisciplinary team, including a Department of Children and Family Services investigator, that was evaluating the girl after an abuse report. Helen Ford, the girl's paternal grandmother, is serving a life sentence for the torture slaying. "We just wanted justice for Gizzell, and in our eyes we got it," said her mother Sandra Mercado. "I just hope this doesn't happen to anyone else." The wrongful death lawsuit filed by the girl's family accused Rosado of failing to immediately alert authorities to possible signs of abuse, failing to ask basic questions about the injuries he uncovered in an exam, and failing to properly document his findings. He examined Gizzell as part of a molestation investigation initiated by the Fords against her mother's boyfriend. Rosado showed no reaction as the jury foreman read the verdict Wednesday. Cook County's insurer will likely be on the hook for paying out the nearly $50 million verdict since Rosado worked for the county's hospital system at the time, attorneys said. Afterward, a spokeswoman for the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, which represented Rosado in the lawsuit because he was a county employee at the time he examined the girl, declined to comment. Helen Ford was sentenced to life in prison on June 7, 2017, for the torture murder of her 8-year-old grandchild, Gizzell Ford. At trial, Rosado, now at Lurie Children's Hospital, denied the allegations, testifying that he found only nonspecific and nonsuspicious abrasions on Gizzell's legs and buttocks that were not indicative of child abuse. But he wrote in a report that he found a possible healing loop mark on Gizzell's buttock, which the girl's attorneys argued is a common sign of child abuse, and never asked Gizzell how she got the injuries. His attorneys said the blame for Gizzell's slaying rests solely on the girl's grandmother. "Jurors didn't buy it. It was hard to sit there and not say anything," said juror and Southside resident Lawrence Morris, 52, who, like other jurors interviewed Wednesday, were stunned at how the promising fourth grader's life ended. "What happened to this little girl was really devastating and disturbing, so we took our role seriously," said a 50-year-old juror who declined to give his name, explaining that jurors wanted to take a stand for her. The Mercado's attorney, Martin Dolan, said Wednesday's verdict, the largest of his career, should send a message to medical professionals on the front lines of fighting child abuse.